Hello, welcome to Rose Movie Recap Channel. This movie is about a student named Hasibi Reno. When she was in elementary school, she had heart problem, where her heart momentarily stopped beating. However, a boy named Kunojun approached her with a flower, which made her heart to beat again. However, he suddenly disappeared, and she ran outside to find him, but couldn't. She grows up, and all these years, she's been searching for that boy to find him, but hasn't succeeded yet. During the first day of class, where she is late to school, a boy suddenly runs by her side and looks back. Reno realizes that he is actually June, whom she's been searching for. She introduces herself to him and how they first met before, but he doesn't recognize her and leaves without saying anything. Reno doesn't want to give up and approaches him by having the idea to form a club and practice together for the upcoming sports competition, as he seems to be very athletic. She wants to be his manager. Jun accepts her offer as he is very interested in sports, and especially running. Her heart always starts beating fast whenever she looks at him, and this time she doesn't want to lose him. They get close to each other, and she is getting ready to confess her feelings to him. When they are alone together, she tells him, "I like you, Jun." Reno doesn't expect an answer from him, but unexpectedly, he confesses his feelings too and says that he likes her. This beautiful and romantic moment doesn't last long. The moment he says these words, he disappears again. She looks around and calls him, but he is nowhere to be found. She lost him again. Her best friend Tanaka approaches her to see what's wrong with her as she is sitting on the ground. Reno asks him where she can find Jun. However, he doesn't know who Jun is and acts like he has never existed before. It seems like only she saw Jun, and no one around her remembers his name. He has truly disappeared from the world once again. This makes her very sad, as she wanted to be with him, but Reno doesn't give up and wants to do anything to find him again, no matter how long it will take. The time passes, and now she is a high school student. One day, she goes to the music room and sees that Jun is playing guitar there. He is the same boy with the same name, but with a different story. Reno gets very happy, smiles, and approaches him by saying, "I like you." However, he again disappears after the confession. She learns how to play guitar and starts playing by singing a sad song. Her friend keeps teasing her and her invisible love. One day, a boy on a wheelchair passes by her. When he turns back his head, she realizes that he is actually Jun. She doesn't hesitate to run after him. He is on the other side of the train rail. She screams and says, "I like you." He is also saying something where he again disappears. This has become very frustrating for her, as she doesn't know the reason of this pattern and how he always disappears after their confessions. The time passes, and she is a college student now. One day, when she hopelessly walks and enters a dry cleaner store, she sees that Jun is working there as the manager of the store. He is a very cheerful person who thinks Reno is there to work there as a part-timer. She accepts the offer and starts working there to get closer to him. She asks him to go out with her. He tells her to learn how to iron well, and he will accept her offer. She puts her heart and soul into the work so he would go out with her. Reno tells him about her feelings and asks him to give her a chance. However, Jun tells her that he is very clumsy and hard to deal with. He then approaches her and says that he also has feelings for her. Again, at the moment when both of them have confessed their feelings for each other, he again disappears. She already knew that would happen, which doesn't surprise her that much. Reno is very depressed and doesn't know what to do. She tells about this story to her best friend Tanaka. He tells her that she doesn't know everything yet, and she will slowly find out the truth and the things that she still doesn't know. This makes her shocked. Reno and Tanaka are at the university's cafeteria, where he tells her to go to the freshman trip, where they get to know other freshmen of their college, so she can find a good boy to date. But she tells him that she won't fall in love again, because if she confesses her love, the boy will disappear. At the moment that she said these words, a boy from the table behind screams and says no. She turns around and sees that he is Jun. He is also a freshman at the same university. Her heart starts to beat fast again, but she doesn't get happy at all, because Reno thinks that if she confesses her love, he will disappear again. They go to the freshman welcome party. Reno is a very social person and tries to approach her and talk to her. But this time, Reno does everything to keep her distance from him, so he won't suffer again because of her. However, he keeps getting interested in her and wants to talk to her. He tells her that he lost his phone, and they both are trying to find it by searching the entire place together. They are having a fun time with each other. Jun says that he keeps the memories of every single day in it, so the data in the phone is very important for him. She finds his phone and gives it to him. He gets excited and hugs her, but immediately apologizes. She starts teasing him. She again got close to him, despite her efforts to stay away from him. They both go home together. When they part ways, June rushes back to her and gives yellow flowers to her. They are the same ones that he gave them in the past to her when she was at the hospital. She gets very happy to see this, but scared at the same time as she thinks about the future that is waiting for them. However, she doesn't want to lose these precious moments. The next day, she goes to class and sees him sitting there. Reno approaches him with a big smile and greets him. He smiles too, but asks her who she is. Reno tells him to stop teasing her, as they just met the day before and spent time with each other. But he seems to not remember her at all and looks at his phone trying to find a picture of her. It turns out that Jun had a huge accident when he was a kid. This left a damage on his brain, where his memories only last for a day, and when he sleeps at night, he forgets everything that has happened the day before. That's why he keeps taking pictures and writes notes in his phone to remember them. He took a picture of Reno that day to remember her. Reno gets very sad when she gets to know about this. She decides to not leave him alone, even with his current condition. She bravely approaches June at the cafeteria and asks him to take her to his house today. She visits his mother and asks her to let her take his son to class every day. His mother gets very happy and thanks her. She also tells Reno that Jun might behave differently in the morning. June hears their conversation and tells Reno to not do this if she is doing this out of pity, but she tells him that she likes him and does this for him only and won't give up. The next day that she comes to pick him up, Reno hears June screaming, saying who he is, and his mother is trying to explain to him and shows his phone's notes to him. He comes out while crying. Reno introduces herself to him and smiles. She takes him to the university. Every single day she does this, and they spend time with each other. She gives him love letter every single day and confesses her love to him. She doesn't get tired of this process at all. One day when she goes to pick him up, he says, "Who are you?" It makes her a little sad. However, June says that he was just kidding and shows all her letters that she wrote to him. Before getting out of the house, he reads her letters and looks at their pictures. They are having fun with each other. Reno has given color to his life. He says that he seemed to have friends in the past, but all of them left him as they got tired of his situation. One day, they go out with their other friends. After eating, they want to go to karaoke. He doesn't want to go because he is afraid that he will fall asleep and forget everything. However, Reno tells him that she will make sure to keep him awake. After having fun, they are sitting together. She says, "I like you, June." June then approaches her and gently kisses her. He then sleeps on her shoulder, but before sleeping, he confesses his love to her. She starts crying and asks him to please not disappear again. She believes that now that both of have them confessed their feelings for each other, he will disappear from the world again. He meets Tanaka after this and tells him that June might have disappeared again, and she wants to completely forget her love for him and never fall in love again, because all of this seems to be impossible to happen. Her friend tells her to not lose her fighting spirit and never give up for her love. The next day, she goes to June's house and sees that he is still there waiting for her. Reno gets very excited that he hasn't disappeared again. She runs to him and asks him to go on a date with her. They go to the beach and spend a great time with each other. Reno surprises June by bringing her guitar and playing a song for him. She then gives him yellow flowers, but he doesn't remember that he gave yellow flowers to her before. They are both happy together, but this is hurtful for her because she knows that he won't remember these when he wakes up tomorrow morning. They go home together, and she suddenly gets very emotional and hugs him tightly. Reno then asks him to not forget all their memories that they created today and begged him to not forget her again. He gets close to her to kiss her, but she backs up to avoid it. She then leaves him. He keeps looking for her, but she doesn't come back. She is sitting somewhere crying. Tanaka finds her. She tells him that she doesn't know what to do and if she should love Jun or not, as he might disappear again or not remember her. Reno goes to Jun's house, but her mother says that he isn't home. On her way, she meets the lady who worked at the dry cleaner where she once met Jun. They start having conversation with each other about the past. She tells Reno that the person who disappeared was her and not the manager. The past is shown, and the manager was not Jun and was actually another man. He confessed his love to Reno, but she left him. Reno is very confused from the situation. As she is walking and then starts running, a boy starts running by her side. That boy is the same one that she met in high school and thought he was Jun, but he wasn't actually Jun. She also left that boy thinking he was Jun, who disappeared. Reno knows that her friend Tanaka knows about this. She goes to him and asks to explain the situation to her. Tanaka says that he has finally realized that those people weren't Jun, and the real Jun is now here with her. The scene is also shown where the boy in the music room during high school years was also not Jun. She gets very confused and faints. Tanaka then takes her to the hospital. She opens her eyes and her starts beating really fast like when it does, when she is with Jun. She sees that Jun is sitting in front of her. This is the real Jun that she met when she was at the hospital before. He still forgets all his memories of the day, but tries to remember her through photos. He gives her yellow flowers and asks her to not leave him ever again, as he was very worried for her. She is very happy and hugs him tightly. They reunite and start their relationship. The movie ends with the scene showing that they are happy together, even though his condition hasn't become better. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for upcoming recap videos. Bye, everyone!